That's why I'm putting Texas. I thought Texas would be much higher in wins than the Orioles still.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Much higher.
Like, okay.
At this stage, at this point in the season,
okay, if the
are you
Texas
serious?
Rangers had 52 wins, I thought the Orioles would be like a 40 something. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BTR channel. And today we have another tier list video for you guys. This time we'll be ranking MLB teams based on their beginning the season expectations to now. Currently, we're on the All-Star break. Almost towards the All-Star break. So it is the mid-season mark of the year, and we'll see how teams are doing.
Yeah, for more tier list videos, we've done already NBA, NHL, EPL, and now MLB. But if you have any more ideas for tier lists, please drop in the comments down below, and also hit the subscribe button for more sports content like this and and if you have any other ideas for content, please comment down below.
Make sure you guys subscribe. We drop our podcast episodes on Mondays and Thursdays, but we also dropped a special podcast where we discussed our journey 2 months in. So make sure you guys check those out as well. Make sure you guys follow our socials. And without further ado,
let's get started. Into it. All right, we're gonna start off hot with the New York Yankees.
I want to say B tier. So here's the thing, right? They're third. Well, they're tied for third in the division with the Jays. They're fighting for the last wild card spot, but they're also part of probably the hardest division in MLB history. So they're 8 games above 500, right? I think B is fair. I can't C is gonna be too harsh based on that division.
Yeah, I would agree with you. One reason I'll probably put them there is because of injuries. They've dealt with a lot of injuries to their starting rotation.
And Aaron Judge.
And then also Aaron Judge is out right now. So I would say B is fair. But if those guys were healthy, I'll put them C.
Yeah, I think B is fair for them.
But like if you think about it, record is pretty decent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The record's decent. So you can't even punish them because it's just a division. That's how, unfortunately, it's set up. I guess you have to punish them because of that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, any other division, they would be first place. Almost
right.
First place.
Seattle Mariners. So
they just surpassed the Angels. And I was going to say D tier, but I think C is fair. I projected them. Personally, I thought they were going to finish third. Texas and Houston ahead of them, which technically is true. Insane run last year, even the season before that, where they just missed the playoffs. Expectations were high. You got a superstar caliber player in Julio Rodriguez, and they're kind of struggling, right? They're 500, literally 500, 44. And I think that's just C tier, because I thought even if they were going to be third seed, they were going to be like the Yankees and the Jays and all these teams, still fighting their way in the wild card, but not like outside looking in type of thing. Completely outside looking in.
Honestly, I was leaning towards D tier because I expected them to be.
I was thinking D, but I feel like they're made some recent strides. That's why I'm like, you know what, C is fair for right now, but we'll see how we do the rest.
The reason why I was saying D is because I expected them to be like, fighting with the Astros for the top wild card. I mean, not top the top of the division.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not happening. Also, the reason why they caught up to Angels is because Angels have some key injuries.
Yeah.
So,
you want to go D for now?
I'm going to go D for now because the last 2 seasons they've shown like
flashes.
Much better.
Well, they won a playoff series last year against the Jays.
Yeah. They're like, there's not flashes. They were good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe.
All right.
That might be a team I might fight to bring up to C just for now, but we'll see.
All right, here's a S tier.
Is it now?
Recent
stretches down bad.
I know they're down bad right now, but
7 in a row. As of this recording, they're 7 in a row.
Yeah, I know, but
I might put them in A.
I can't, bro. They're the best record in baseball right now. They started off with that hot win streak.
That's false, by the way.
Huh?
That's false.
Is it Braves now?
Yes.
All right.
That's why I'm putting.
All right, you're going to A tier.
No, I'm putting them into A because of that reason.
Yeah.
I would have put them on S if they were still comfortably first. They're
4 games, I believe, or 3.
2 games ahead of the Orioles now.
There's 2 now?
Yeah.
No, that should be 3, no?
No, because 57 and 35 and 53 and 35. Orioles win those 2 games in hand.
Okay.
55 and 35. That's why it's still 2. Based on, I'm looking at the score right now.
Yeah, so
It's
they
just
have been
two.
down bad for
They're
sure.
4 wins up on the Orioles. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm putting them an A. I mean, historic start. Insane pitching. Lost Drew Rasmussen for the year
Yeah,
as
that
of
has
this
to be a big
recording.
loss.
But that's why I'm putting them an A. Just because they're recent 7 games in a row for that type of team shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I agree with you because like if you think about it, they're like what 7, 8 games ahead.
Yeah.
And now it's
Now they're
definitely a
7
battle.
games ahead of the Blue Jays,
Because
not the Orioles.
because we would think they were a lock, right?
They were a lock. I don't think they're a lock anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, this should be a lock, but who knows?
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
If you're 2 games up,
Yeah.
that's definitely top. The Blue Jays.
Whatever I said about the Yankees is the Blue Jays. I'm putting them in B. Now, I'm wearing the jersey, and at the time of this recording, they just got no hit on
Yeah.
by the Tigers.
By the Tigers.
So I'm still putting them in B. They're same thing. They were 8 games up above 500, playing against the best in the best division. That's where they're lacking. That's where they're showing their
Yeah,
downfall.
they have a horrible
7-20 record in the AL East.
It's a terrible
But then like
record against the
39
division.
or no, 40-21 in the
They're winless against the Red Sox.
yeah.
That's actually
And they're still
insane.
ahead of them, which is crazy. But I still gotta put say B. There's nothing else. Like
Yeah.
Yankees and them had the exact same expectations. If you're putting the Yankees in B, I'm putting the Jays in B. Simple.
Yeah,
As
these two are the same tier.
that. Obviously our expectations are World Series, and right now they're not looking like it. But
Yeah, no, these two
yeah.
teams are
This is also this
Yankees and
sorry, go ahead.
Yankees and Jays are in the same tier.
Yeah.
Whether it be like S or F,
Yeah.
but they have to be together.
Yeah. This list is strictly based on what the preseason expectations are and where they at this point of the year.
Yeah.
This isn't like we're not projecting them anything higher, because if that's the case, I feel like the Jays we could project them higher if we really want to, and same thing with the Mariners. But this is just the
We're not
expectations.
predicting their second half of the
Yeah,
season.
yeah. This is purely based on the expectations.
Yeah. Even though the Jays were probably the most inconsistent team in baseball.
Yeah.
Because how do you go from scoring 12 runs to
getting-
getting no hit out?
Yeah.
Like that's just absolutely terrible. Moving on to a surprise team to many, the Miami Marlins.
A tier. S is considerable, but I feel like they're still way too far behind. I have a couple of teams.
I can't
reserved
put them
for
ahead
S.
of the Rays.
Yeah, I have a couple of teams reserved for S, and we know which ones those are. There's 2 in my head, but yeah, I mean, everybody thought they would be 4th in that division that consisted of Atlanta, Philly, and the Mets, and everybody knew Washington was going to be 5th.
Yeah, Washington.
No
was
one
last.
thought the Marlins were going to be ahead of 2 of those 3 teams.
You know what's the most surprising part? Sandy Alcantara has not been playing like Sandy
Yeah,
Alcantara.
that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
So I think A is fair just because
Also-
they're still in the wild card, right? They're comfortably
Yeah.
4 games ahead too. It's not. I mean, that's not completely comfortable. That's still comfortable enough. So
Also, you have
probably the best infielder in the game right
like
now.
the best, like Luis Arias. There's nothing, like I can't even say any words. Like if for hitting
Yeah.
that average, that's absolutely insane. I mean, he won the average title last year for the Twins, and then he got traded, so to the Marlins, and it definitely boosted that lineup a lot.
Exactly. So I gotta put them in A. They're comfortably in a playoff spot.
He's clearly the best like leadoff guy in the game.
Yeah.
All right,
Is that,
St.
your,
Louis Cardinals.
is that your first F?
That's my first half.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way in a division of Cincinnati, Milwaukee, Chicago, Pittsburgh. Only team I would argue is Milwaukee.
Reigning NL MVP.
You got probably the best corner outfield infield duo in the game. Maybe Albert Pujols was a difference. Like
Leadership.
bro, like I don't
The
get
reigning
it.
NL
And,
MVP is on your team as well.
reigning Paul Goldschmidt. Cubs, Pirates, and the Reds are all ahead of you.
Yeah.
Brewers, I could still argue Brewers are still a decent
Yeah.
team, but I don't know.
You made the addition of Wilson Contreras, and then you had drama
Yeah,
with
that
that,
was-
early in the year.
that was for like
Lars
a-
Nootbaar is still there.
That was a Yadier or Molina replacement.
Exactly. And then, Steven Matz.
37 and 52. I don't understand that. Like that's a big fall off for me. That's one of the teams
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest fall off from last year.
There's a reason why we have that what is that? Like a plaque of Albert Pujols, because I'm a huge fan of Albert Pujols, and because of that, I love the Cardinals were my second team, I guess you could say, like my NL team.
Yeah.
And they've always been good. They've been consistent until this year. And I still thought they would be, last year they went on that massive win streak to make the playoffs. That was a team I'm expecting. Yes, Albert Pujols gone. Big seems like it's a big loss, but it shouldn't be because at the end of the day, he's still old,
Yeah.
and we go from there. So
All
yeah,
right.
I agree with you. F.
Next up, Houston Astros.
That's I'm gonna say C. That's someone I'm gonna say C.
Are you
Because I
sure?
thought they were comfortably we're gonna win the division again.
Okay, comfortably. How comfortably? Because they are a 50-40 record right now, with Altuve being out for like the first
Oh,
month.
actually, yeah, you're right. You gotta probably put.
I'm putting him in the same tier as these guys.
Yeah, it's just because I feel like they should be comfortably there, and some of the losses you see the Astros have this year were kind of like what the hell. But you know, I know you don't want to put them in B.
I don't want to put them in F because I still think they're cheating. Right?
But, okay, yeah, B is fair. Yeah, not that you mentioned the 50-40, I missed that.
It's-
I'm basing it on the AL West being they should be comfortably first. That's all.
Yeah, no, but like the Rangers took a big step forward. Like I could argue these three teams being in C,
Yeah.
but they have to be together. Where they
I'm
go,
keeping them in B then.
they have to be
Yeah,
together.
keeping them in B.
S
Drop 'em.
tier,
Put it
Atlanta
in.
Braves. This was the best record of baseball,
Yes.
and I think they went on like multiple 8-game win streaks or something like that.
Yeah. They
So-
got arguably the MVP in the NL right now in Ronald Acuna.
Ronald Cunha,
One-
which is
Probably-
the big favorite.
Probably the Cy Young favorite as well. And Spencer Strider.
Yeah, Spencer Strider,
Arguably, right?
and then you got like your catcher Sean Murphy is playing absolutely
a bunch of
lights out.
all-star starters.
Bunch of all stars. One thing's for sure is Alex Antopoulos does know how to definitely could run a ball club because
Exactly.
he got him a World Series, and now they're looking like the World Series.
They're doing this
favorites.
without their shortstop, who they got rid of, and obviously they're so deep that it didn't matter
Yeah,
because Dansby Swanson left, right? So,
yeah. Dansby Swanson left. Yeah,
and he's an all-star for his team, but yeah, I mean, no argument. S. Next team, Baltimore.
Baltimore Orioles.
S. Drop them.
Did we expect them to be this good?
No, they're if they were not 2 games behind first,
Yeah.
I would have put them in A. Just because of that, they're the youngest team, one of the youngest teams in ball. On top of that, they added 2 more pieces this year from their prospect group, who are the top 10, I think. On top of that, you drafted Jackson Holiday last year, Matt Holiday's son, who's killing it for them. Not killing it for them, sorry. Like he's gonna be coming up soon. And yeah, I mean, no one thought they were gonna be 5 games ahead of the Jays and the Yankees.
Yeah.
And also, and obviously they had a great year last year, just missed out on the playoffs
yeah. Division. Did have
in the toughest division as
in
well.
the toughest division, right? Nobody expected them to be close to the top, but they still expected like wild card,
Comfortably wild card,
right? Like rather than fighting for wild card. So the fact that they took a step forward from last year was quite impressive themselves. So I would agree with you.
Yeah, I'm keeping them. I'm putting them in an S.
We got the Cleveland Guardians.
C. I think this is the first like that AL Central. I think everybody should be C except for one of them, but which is the Twins. Or well,
They are leading.
now they just literally they're the same as them. So maybe you might have to put them in B. I don't know.
I'm putting them C, man. It's AL Central.
Yeah.
I can't. You're 45 and 44, and you're leading the division.
Yeah.
That's absolutely mad. Cleveland,
So then,
they
while
were
you're
a
at
good
it,
team last
while
year
you're at
too.
it, move the Twins there.
Cleveland were a good team last year too. They made the
Yeah.
playoffs. They beat the Rays in the best 2 out of 3 series,
Yeah.
and then they gave Yankees a little bit of a run because I
Move-
think the Yankees won in 5.
Move the
So
Twins.
they
there,
definitely
too.
took a step back.
They took a
and-
step back for sure. Then
Yeah.
you might as well put the Twins there because they're literally the same record. almost.
Yeah, right. Like might as well because realistically, it's gonna be between these two.
Yeah. There's no wild card for this as of right.
There's no way.
Unless someone goes off in the second.
Yeah, unless someone pops up, there's no way this division can have a wild card team.
So if you're looking at it currently, the Twins are 4 games out of the wild card spot, which is the Jays and Yankees hold the 3rd spot. So,
Yeah.
the Red Sox are ahead of you. They're the 5th in the AL East. So that's insane to me. So yeah, I agree with you. I think that whole division might end up going in C or D, but Colorado should be D.
Colorado should be D because
You expect them to be bad? They're bad.
Yeah.
They're not shitting the bed bad. Like, well, they're not like historically bad like some teams that we might bring up, but yeah,
yeah, I mean
nothing much to say.
the thing with Cardinals, they had an expectation. Rockies are performing to what they are,
Yeah.
which is gonna be like
Bad.
a 4th or 5th in division.
They're
team.
fit. They're 9. They're literally dead last.
Yeah, because that division's also been pretty decently tough. So yeah, there's nothing else to say about the Rockies.
Detroit, I would put them in C as well.
The fact that hit the Blue Jays,
Not even just
you should
that.
be ahead
It's
of the Blue
like,
Jays.
how many games are they back? Well, they are 5.5 back, to be fair, too.
5.5 back. Are they?
You might drop them in
They have to be D. We'll go right
D
here.
for Detroit. But no, yeah, they're
Well,
5.5 back in the worst division in probably baseball. I guess both Centrals are, you could argue that, but
yeah, I mean, Detroit weren't like, they're not making a playoffs, right? Let's be real.
yeah.
Especially in that division.
Yeah.
The only way you make that playoffs in that division by winning it. I mean, they're not as bad as a team that like people would think they are,
Exactly. That's why it's a little surprising.
right? But there's still a lot of holes, and they're still like obviously on that rebuild.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Miguel Cabrera. This is
Yeah.
last year, so see what happens.
Kansas City, you think I have to put them in F.
That's a pretty bad record, no?
25 wins and 65 losses.
I think they're like around 90 games played, right?
Yep, 90 on the dot.
Yeah, so
Yeah, 25 wins, and on top of that, also grab the Athletics, put them there too because we might as well mention them.
yeah.
They're both of like the same record now. Now, Athletics at one point had a 7-game win streak going, swept the Rays, right?
Yeah.
So,
The thing is this, like,
and I'm also putting the A's there because not just because the historical record and the whole fucking what's it called stadium being empty, but the dysfunction and they're no longer in Oakland anymore. So I can't put them in D. I can't put Oakland, and then I guess this is based on expectations. We expected them to be bad. Don't get me wrong, but 25 wins is kind of brutal.
what
at
would
this
you
point.
expect it would? What would you expect it to be? 30?
Around like 30, 32, 33.
Yeah. I can't hate what you say, right? Like, because
That's like historically bad at some point. That's the
Right,
only reason.
like-
Otherwise, they would easily both be D for me.
yeah, I can't hate what you're saying right now because of that. Yeah, 25 wins is pretty brutal. And Oakland, you kind of accept it more than Kansas City. Kansas City still have some like couple
Some young
pieces,
guys,
a
Bobby
couple
Witt
young
Jr.,
like Bobby
obviously,
Witt, yeah. But realistically, we can't even say much because who's gonna watch Oakland and Kansas City games,
Exactly.
right? Milwaukee Brewers.
That's probably B. They're still 48-42. You're surprised if not the Cardinals, they should be first. And once we get to that team, we'll get there. But I would say B is fair to them. They're 2 games off first.
Yeah,
Right.
they're
Wild card wise, they're a game out.
they are where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Like they're like an average team. Like slightly above average team to me.
yeah. They also have like an insane closer in Devin Williams. I'm not sure how Corbin Burns' season's been going, but they still have like they're just a team that's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like when you mean like they're gonna be like in a position where they have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Corbin Burns 3.94 ERA, 7-5 record in 18 starts.
It's not Corbin Burns
Yeah.
esque, but it's still like okay numbers.
Yeah, 102 strikeouts. So, yeah, I think they're just a team that's always gonna be there, and then I feel like B is fair. Like they should be. I think they should be in the playoff spot right now. Obviously, again, we'll get to the team that is ahead of them. But yeah, let's move on.
Let's go Los Angeles Angels.
Okay, are we gonna do this prior? We have to do this mostly prior injuries, right?
Yeah,
I still think it's C.
I still think it's C. Yeah, for sure.
I still think it's C. You have the 2 best players in baseball. You should be
Way better.
way better than where you guys are. So, and they've been, I mean, to be fair, they've been horrendous the last couple of years with them. Now they're way better. And now they're injured. So, and just because of that, they fell below the Mariners. Now, the question is, you have the Mariners. That's why I want to jump up the Mariners to see.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you're putting the Angels there, you think you would still have, with the 2 best players in baseball, have the same expectations. And with the Mariners, yes, I think I agree with you that they should be much better than they are right now, but they're still within reach to be a wild card team.
All right, yeah, I'll agree to you.
So I would put the Mariners up in C as well. If the Mariners didn't go on, like if the Mariners were still 4th place, like even by 2 games, then I would have kept them in D. But I feel like that's fair.
All right, next up we got the Phillies.
Philadelphia Phillies. That was your team coming out of the
Yeah,
NL.
if it was like the first month and a half of the season, it'll be like D and F. But like now they picked it up a little
I
bit.
would put them in B. I think it's the NL East has also been pretty
It's pretty
decent.
good, right?
I still think the NL West is the tougher division out of the NL, but
They're back to playing like
it's exactly they're 8 games above 500. They're literally the
yeah.
Blue Jays and
The thing is they're back to playing.
they're half a game above the Giants right now in the wild
Yeah,
card spot.
the thing is they're back to playing like they're the ball that they're supposed to play.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when you add in Trey Turner.
Yeah.
First month and a half, that's a D F tier team right there. But they've been on a good run since.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
I
with
mean,
that.
like what they need a shortstop and they add Trey Turner, like one of the best in
Probably
the
the
game.
best in the game right now.
And that's why I really think that they should be coming out of coming out of the NL again.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Bryce Harper was also
Braves
injured.
are definitely
Bryce Harper was injured at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
So that was a big factor.
that's a big factor too. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
So now, here's the thing. Beginning of the season, you put them at S. Now, they freaking shot the bed like crazy.
I'm putting him in D.
I'm putting them in C.
I'm putting him in D because if you think about it, if you look at it 2 points, right?
Yeah, they're 40 and 49 now.
You're looking at 2 points. Beginning of the season, you're expected to be shit. Right now, you're shit. So D is fair because yes, obviously you could criticize it because they were first place at one point,
Yeah.
but realistically, they are where they're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
So I can't. That's why I'm giving them D. Obviously, if they were like still like at 500, maybe I would put them at C.
Yeah.
But like you fell off pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their record and
Obviously,
yeah.
it sucks because like their best young.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cause like, there's no way if you didn't have that hot start, I would have probably put you at C if it was just like averaged out properly. But it's just because that you had that hot start, and you did that. Now you shit
It
the
sucks for
bed.
them because like in the first like 2 weeks, I think they lost their young stud O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
So that also sucks. But the thing is, you were still decent without him, and now you've fallen off. So yeah, let's move on to the Padres, which have their old logo here.
F.
Yeah,
They were my
supposed to-
team coming out of the NL. They're 42 and 47, 9.5 games out of first. And on the wild card side of things, they're
They're
6.5 out of first.
out of first or like out of a
Out of
spot?
like the wild card spot. Sorry, the third spot. Out of the first wild card spot, that's 2.5 above that. So,
a team that made the
conference.
NL
Sorry, the NL.
NLCS.
CS, yeah.
right, where you have a team with
Juan
Fernando
Soto
Tatis back, Xander Bogaerts,
added.
Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, Josh Hader, I believe they added in free last year's
year.
deadline,
Yeah.
and you're 5 games below.
You should be fighting for one with the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
you're
realistically.
locally, like you should have been like first place.
Yeah, there's a reason why I said
Yeah.
they're my team coming out of the
So
NL.
I mean I don't know what the hell is going on there. Like I don't know.
Like
if
you
it's just-
got Fernando
team
Tatis playing right field,
And he's
right
still-
now.
and he's
an
playing-
all-star. Should have all-star snub. People are saying.
yeah, he's playing well. I don't think Bogarts is playing up to like his level,
Yeah,
but I just don't get it because that's like your top 4 in your lineup, and you're not. I don't know what's your biggest issue. Like, is it pitching? Is it not getting enough runs? But whatever it is, you gotta
spent
figure.
the money. Yeah,
You gotta figure it out
putting him
because
in
a
F.
team with those 4 plus you Darvish, Blake Snell, what's the other guy's name? Joe Musgrove, and then Josh Hader in the pen. You gotta be better than that.
yeah. Like on paper, they have one of the best infielders as well.
It's
So
like the best infields, right? But yeah, just be better realistically, right? Texas Rangers.
do I put them S or do I put them in A? They're in a division where I thought they were gonna be second, but not contending for first. Like they were gonna be like fighting for a second team. They're what 2 games above first? Let me just search that up. Yeah, they're
they're
2 games
two.
above first. So you tell me S or A. I feel like A is fair. Cause they're not like I'm not. I guess I am a little surprised that they're.
Would you consider them as like the Orioles?
No, I thought the Orioles were dead set not gonna be where they are right now. I expected the
Yeah, no, but like
Rangers-
the team wise, don't look at division because the Orioles were not going to be there because of the division. But if you're looking at ball club, the
What do you
team
mean? Like the
itself.
Orioles are like a different style of team though.
Yeah, no, but like the expectation, right?
Oh no, I thought the Rangers, the way they spent their money last year on batting, this year on pitching, there should be been a playoff wild card team for sure.
I think if you put the
Uh,
Orioles in S, I have to put
yeah.
Rangers in S, in my opinion.
Uh,
I could agree with Orioles going down to A, but they both teams took a step forward.
but the
Obviously.
thing was, one team you kind of did because they spent that money on Jake DeGrom,
Yeah,
Nathan
no,
Eovaldi,
but this team was a better
Heaney.
team than the Rangers as well.
What, last year?
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're not comparing it to fully last year either.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying the expectation was quite similar, and they both took that step
I
forward.
disagree with that. I think the expectation of the Rangers were much higher than the Orioles. That's what I'm saying because you spent money on Marcus Semien, Corey Seager,
That was 2 years ago, though.
Jake last year.
This is your second year,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
so that's 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Jake DeGrom this year, who got injured, but Nathan Eovaldi's playing. I think he's an All-Star, or it was All-Star consideration. And then you added other pitching elements to that team. I think you expected them to take that jump more so than the Orioles to take this big of a jump.
But
People-
did you expect first place?
No,
Exactly.
but
That-
I expected them to still be not comfortably, like fighting for second with the Mariners.
well, the thing is, they're way ahead of the Mariners, and
7 games, yeah.
that's a lot. And they're
The Mariners are in C for a
What
reason.
was supposed to be-
There's a reason why Mariners are in the C though. That's why I'm saying. Like I thought Texas should be.
but you didn't expect to be this good.
What? Okay.
Did you expect them
Texas
to be
has
this good?
52 wins. Orioles have 53 wins as well.
They're similar, yeah.
That's why I'm putting Texas. I thought Texas would be much higher in wins than the Orioles still.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Much higher.
Like okay.
At this stage, at this point in the season,
okay. If the Texas,
you serious?
if the Texas Rangers had 52 wins, I thought the Orioles would be like a 40 something.
okay, then, so then you can't compare that directly.
lower
Then,
40s.
then you can't do that.
Okay. What's the head-to-head record?
I don't even know if they played head to head, bro. Bro, there's no way. Then you're just degrading the Texas season.
Lost.
If you're saying that like the
won,
Orioles should have 40 wins,
Texas won 2-1 against the Orioles.
don't even put a head-to-head record into this. If you're saying that Orioles should be a 40-win team, you're just degrading what the Texans are doing right now. The Texans, not Texas, not the
The
Texans.
Rangers.
The Rangers.
Okay, we'll come back to it. I still think they should be A, but we'll come back to it. Don't want to waste too much time there.
Boston Red Sox.
Right now. I think they're a C. They're 2 games behind. I get it. Toughest division in baseball, but you still didn't expect them to be the dead last team. Slightly, maybe they'll be fighting with the Orioles.
No, they lost Bogarts. They lost JD Martinez.
What? So you're saying they're B?
I'm saying they're B.
I'm still saying they're C.
I mean, they're kind of like 7-0 against a team in B.
But they're still behind them.
Like what? 2 games?
Yeah.
2 games is nothing.
Did they even hop out of 5th at one point?
Yes.
At the beginning, what? Slightly for a couple of days?
Bro, Blue Jays were 5th, like for a few. Bro, they're in striking distance.
Yeah.
What these guys are? If you're telling me they're 2 games behind this on a freaking 162, is it 162 season?
But again,
Like,
I know we put the Jays and the Yankees there because they're still 8 games above 500, right? And I understand their expectations.
is much higher than the Red Sox expectation.
Yeah, I know that.
Much higher. It's big time higher. Like 3 times higher than the Red Sox.
I get it. Like, those 2 teams were supposed to fight for first and second, not the Orioles and the Rays. There's a reason why we put the Orioles and Rays up there. The Sox, on the other hand,
This team will be winning the Central.
did you expect the Sox will be where they were at the beginning of the year?
I expected the Sox to be the 5th place team.
And
in
they
the
are
beginning
the
of the
5th place team.
But how much? With that record? I didn't expect them to have that record and be 5th place.
Okay, I'll put them at the end of B then.
Like, if you were giving these guys a division pass, you have to give these guys a division pass as well.
Sure.
All right, San Francisco Giants.
That's also B.
I feel like we're getting a lot of B tier teams, but I mean, what else can we do?
They're literally in the wild card spot. No one thought they would be first or second, and they were supposed to be third anyways, and they are third, not with the team that's first, but yeah. Um, Nothing much you could say. They're three games off the Dodgers. And while we're talking about the Dodgers, you could put them in B as well, I believe.
Yeah, I would say Dodgers
They're a
or B
team.
team.
So both are wild card teams. Well, Giants are half a game off the wild card. Dodgers are 2.5 clear of the wild card, which makes sense. Dodgers expectations are much higher. We already know that. Giants, if you're putting the Red Sox at B, I gotta put the Giants at B.
Yeah, I mean, I have no arguments then.
Okay.
Uh,
Arizona. I don't know. So you want to talk about the Dodgers? Anything?
the
Shohei
Gi-
Ohtani bound.
Dodgers, Giants. I agree with you because if the Giants are like playing that well right now, and I think they're similar record to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is, the Red Sox are a fifth place team, and have wild card aspirations already.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to put them B as well. But yeah, no, I have the same argument with the Giants too, and then the Dodgers. Realistically, if they're playing up to expectation, they'll be 18. But they
Yeah.
they haven't
now,
been
now
that
that you
team.
think, now that I'm thinking about the Red Sox, I agree because the wild card aspirations are there. But yeah.
Yeah. Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yes.
How the hell are you first place
You probably have
in that division?
Your rookie of the year arguably could be MVP. Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll.
Already an all-star starter.
You
I
got Cy
believe.
Young candidate in a Zach
Zach
Gallen.
Gallen.
And you got Merrill Kelly, who's a good pitcher
The
himself.
fact that you traded arguably one of your best players away for a rotational piece and a young guy, and that rotational piece is now your all-star starter.
Oh, yeah, Lourdes Gurriel
all-star
Jr.
player
and you got
Lourdes Gurriel.
and you
And
got
Gavin Moreno's doing pretty decent for them. You know, like I said, that's like somewhat of a win-win trade. But you still were able to finesse something.
that trade right now.
But I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
no one thought they were going to be first place. They thought they were going to be fourth, most likely.
Yeah, I would put them ahead of-
fighting with the Rockies if
I would
anything.
put ahead of the Rockies. Like I would accept them maybe third because unexpected Giants to be that great either.
Like they are half a game clear of the Dodgers, but the reason why we're doing this is because
Arizona was supposed to be a third or fourth place team.
Exactly.
And not playoff bound at all.
yeah,
Right?
so they were supposed to be where the Padres are right now, essentially.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why we're putting them in this.
Yeah. Alright, the Mets.
F.
Right?
Easy.
This,
You spend that much money. You had the whole Carlos Correa drama saying, "Oh yeah, we could easily keep this guy," and then you still got rid of him, and then you bring in last year's Cy Young winner, right? Did Justin Verlander win?
Yeah, Verlander won.
So you brought him in. You know, you reunited with him with Scherzer with that 1-2 punch from Detroit days. Yeah,
The thing is this, bro.
and on top of
You
that,
and the
you're
Padres.
42 and 47 as well. You have the
Padres.
exact same expectation as the Padres, the same
Yeah.
record as well.
Yeah, like teams like the Mets, the Padres, the Phillies, the Braves were like NL contenders, right?
Yeah.
And obviously two teams are playing up to par right now, but 42 and 47 for
That
a team that's
spent
supposed to
that.
make a World Series and
Yeah.
spent that much money, like the Padres. Yeah, you deserve.
See,
to
like the
be-
difference between the Jays, the Yankees, right? At least when they're doing bad, they're still comfortable. They're comfortably above 500 right now.
Yeah, they're like
Like the Jays, the only time
Yankees.
they were below 500 was like the 1 and 2 start of the year against the Cardinals. After that, I think they were over 500, 500 or over, and they never.
yeah. I think they were like
The lowest that we came down to was like 2, right? These guys haven't crossed 500.
yeah. No, I think Jays fell below 500 like a couple times, but there was like 1 or 2 games max.
Yeah, that's it. Like these
Yeah.
guys are 5 right now. So yeah, like you spend
mean-
that much money, you gotta be F. I'm sorry.
Literally, these teams supposed to be like better than
Yeah.
on paper half the team, all the teams in B team, in the B tier. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
except maybe the Astros, in my opinion. White Sox.
D. Obviously, we're, Liam Hendricks is back. That was like their main storyline, and that shouldn't be their main storyline.
Yeah,
Like in terms of the baseball field. I'm
That's
not
legit.
saying anything bad about Liam Hendricks here. That's a storyline that he's back, but everything else,
That's
like
the best
they're
thing that happened to your team,
yes,
right? And obviously with the storyline, that's definitely one of your best storylines. But you
like,
have
I don't
nothing-
think
you
in
have
that
nothing else to
division.
show
In
for it.
that division, you should not be 38 and 53.
On paper, they should be the best team in our division.
38 and 53.
Yeah, on paper, they should be the
I'm
best
not gonna
team.
put them F because like I still thought the Cleveland and Cleveland Guardians and Minnesota Twins could have still fought for that first spot, but the fact that you're also behind the Tigers, and to be fair, you're 8 games back only, so you could go on a hot streak somehow. because that division's that bad. But because that division's that bad, and we have the other two teams on C, you gotta be D. Simple as that.
Yeah. The thing is, the White Sox really like fell off these last couple of years. They have been playing like they've been underperforming. I don't know how much injuries affected this year, but they all definitely have an all-star in Luis Robert. But the people like other teams like other players like one pitcher that comes to mind is Giolito.
Yeah.
He won the Cy Young like a couple of years ago,
He's struggling.
and then hasn't been the same since.
They got Tim Beckham, struggling a little bit.
Yeah, then Lance Lynn, I think a couple of years ago had a good year himself, hasn't been the same. So it just like it just felt like they peaked a couple of years ago because they have the same people.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how they're not performing these last couple of years because last year they struggled as well. Chicago Cubs.
C.
Yeah, I mean,
I expected them to be there. They're there. They're not
I
worse
expected
than
them
I
to be
thought.
worse, low-key, I'll be honest with
Yeah,
you.
so
But I agree with C. They're just in the middle of the pack. Right?
they're probably gonna drop down a little bit just because they might be the biggest sellers on the deadline. But
Yeah, especially with Stroman.
yeah,
He's been absolutely killer this year. They have another
they
pitcher,
got two
in,
all stars.
Justin Steele, who was. The thing is, yeah, the record may not show it, right? Like that they're been good, but what the Cubs did is they put themselves in a position where they could get, you know, a big return for some players that have been playing well.
Yeah,
Like it maybe Ian Happ potentially, right? Is it Ian Happ, right? That's his name.
he's still there.
First name. And then obviously Marcus Stroman. I don't think they're gonna trade Justin Steele because I think he's like 25.
Yeah,
And then if they had a Drew Smiley who's been struggling lately, they could have potentially traded him as well. But I don't think you're gonna get much for him now because he's been.
they added Jamison Tyone. They added Cody Bellinger.
They
They
had
added
Dansby
Dansby
Swanson.
Swanson. So low-key, I thought they could have been better. Honestly, right?
Not too much because like
I thought they would have been 500. So that's why.
the thing is this like they're on the rebuilding stage, right? And then Dansby Swanson is a young guy himself. He's not like the top guy on a team.
Yeah.
So I don't expect him to be too good. I expect him to be worse, but the fact that like I thought they would be last place,
Yeah.
right? That's what I thought. But you know, with
Wait,
obviously
you
if
thought
you
they would
only
be
had,
last place with Pittsburgh?
yeah, I expected.
I mean, yeah, I expected them to, or in Cincinnati, which we'll get into, but yeah. Like, you thought Cincinnati was gonna be last, most likely.
Oh yeah, around there, like one of these two teams, I think Cubs should have pulled away. The
Yeah.
fa- I agree. I would agree with C because I feel
Yeah.
like you're beating your expectations, right?
Exactly.
And for me, you're like a little bit above it, and you develop like you got some pieces to trade away and get
Yeah.
returns from. So that's an extra dub for especially for a rebuilding team.
Yeah.
Washington,
D.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nothing much. They're bad.
they're not historically bad, are they?
No.
No, it's not 35 wins. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's respectable
Exactly.
for a bad team.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you get.
And then
S.
S tier Cincinnati Reds, which means the MLB tier list has the most S tiers.
We're still gonna go back to Texas, but
And still have the most S tiers.
yes. So, like, okay, so let's talk Cincinnati. Give them their praise. They were them and Pittsburgh essentially flipped.
Yeah, right. Because they started off, they weren't as great.
Yeah, and then Pittsburgh started off great and shot the bed. Do they have the most exciting player in baseball? Electrifying, I'll use that word. In Ellie De La Cruz.
I mean, he did just steal home base today.
Second, third, and home.
Yeah, second, third, and home in one setting, like one
Yeah.
inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, right? Like,
Right, but I'm not saying he's the best. Like, we all know Shohei Ohtani is probably the greatest, one of the best athletes in the world. Period. In general, right? And what he's able to do. I'm saying electrifying. Like, Lamar Jackson isn't the best. We know Tom Holmes is, but we know Lamar's electrifying.
get you out of your seat, right?
Yeah, like that's Ellie De La Cruz for me.
Yeah, he is, honestly. The thing is,
You hit a cycle for
yeah,
like
he had a
first
cycle
2
in
weeks.
the first 2 weeks. He's been absolutely killer. And this rookie class in general, because you got Corbin Carroll.
Who might honestly like? I thought Ellie De La Cruz was easily gonna win it, but then Corbin Carroll I didn't know was a rookie, so
Yeah.
he's obviously.
You got Ellie De La
veteran.
Cruz. You got Josh Jung from the Texas Rangers. Pretty sure Gunnar Henderson still counts as a rookie, right?
Yeah, because he came like really late.
Yeah, so
Adley Rutschman was last year's. So
yeah, Ali Rushman was last year. So just obviously they're in separate things, but if you combine it all, there's been a bunch of good rookies this year.
yeah.
And if it was like one award, like for
And
the
they're
whole
like
league,
they're 50 wins. They're 50 wins.
yeah, that's insane.
And that, like, yeah, the division isn't the greatest. Don't get me wrong, but you still go against teams in that conference and around that because the schedule is more balanced. It's no longer you play your division 30 times or whatever, like always
Yeah, yeah.
exaggerated, right? So it's not even that. So and on top of that, Joey Votto is back and he hit a home run his first game
Yeah.
back. So yeah, easy. Put him on the top. I would put him ahead of the Braves. At least you would still think the Braves are gonna be that good anyways. But yeah.
Braves are up for me here.
Okay. So I still want to drop Texas.
Right, anything? We'll end up with Texas, but anything here?
I think that's all fair.
That's fair. What about D tier?
I think that's fair
I
as
think
well.
that's fair too, right? C tier,
Fair,
B tier,
fair.
and A tier. So it's just Texas.
Texas. I think they're more like the Rays than they are the Orioles. So I disagree completely with you. They're supposed to be like the Orioles expectations. I think they're supposed to be like the Rays. That's just me.
Okay, but the thing is,
Because the reason is if we're giving other teams that spent a lot of money, they're supposed to be way better than they were, and I get it. Texas didn't. They added what they need in the pitching. There's a reason why. Like I'm the one who literally said Texas will be in the playoffs this year, and did they go a little bit above my expectations? Yes, but I still think they're an A tier team because I feel like all those teams in S were significantly above their expectations, especially with the Orioles being in their division. That's the reason why I'm putting Texas in A as well. Because the only team that I said that was gonna be better than Texas was Houston, and even then they're 2 games apart. That's my argument. I think Texas is more like Tampa, not as the Orioles. Because the Orioles you would have thought could have still came last in that division for all we know, in the Jays division.
yeah,
The
but
AL
the
East.
thing with that division is like everyone could be within 7 games.
Everybody's within reach,
Oh,
but no one
understand.
really thought the Orioles, like last year, were gonna be within that reach, right? Everybody assumed in the beginning of the year 1 and 2 was between the Jays and the Yankees. 3, you could have said it would have been the Rays then,
Or
and then
Rays
4 and
Orioles.
4 and 5 would have been for me. 4 and 5 was Orioles and Red Sox.
For me,
Texas was no matter what they were gonna be top 3. No matter what, I think they would have been finishing ahead of the Mariners personally, but battling with them for most of that year.
okay, the thing is, but the expectation is that they weren't supposed to be the best team in that division.
But the expectation was still to make the playoffs. The other teams, except for the Braves, did not even have expectations for the playoffs that much.
Orioles did. Orioles
No,
were
okay,
definitely a
but
wild
realistically,
card
they would have been fighting their way in, not comfortably in the playoff spot. You have to admit that. If we're saying the Yankees and the Blue Jays were going to be comfortably 1 and 2 at the beginning of the year, battling, right? You wouldn't say the Orioles were comfortably going to be a wild card team then, because only the division winner, which is why we put half of most of the NL or that Central division, AL Central, in C, because we would have thought one of those teams should comfortably be first in making the playoffs that way. That's why, like if you're saying the Orioles should have been in a playoff spot, that means you're saying they're a lock as a wild card no matter what. And with how the baseball standings go, the Orioles were not that. Especially if you're saying that at the beginning of the year, the Jays and the Yankees were going to be 1 and 2 battling, assuming health. But yeah. That's why. Like you can't tell me the Orioles were comfortably going to be third with the Rays in that
But
division.
did you believe that Texas would be comfortably in the wild card spot?
Yes.
Okay, so with
I genuinely
with
believe
the,
the Texas
with
Rangers
the
would be in the
AL
wild card
East,
spot.
with the AL East probably taking 2 of that spots away, right? Probably even all 3. You would have thought like there was any other team that would have.
I thought the one team out of that division that was
Especially
going
the
to challenge for a
Players.
wild card spot out of that conference was going to be Texas. Personally. I had Texas and Seattle ahead of Orioles for a reason. And there's a reason why we moved them up to C now. I don't think that's that big of a gap between Texas and them, because also you got to keep in mind Texas is only 2 games clear of Houston, not many games clear either.
Do you also realize that Texas is doing this without their best pitcher?
Yeah, but he wasn't even performing as their best pitcher at the beginning of the year anyways before he got hurt.
Yeah, no, but
And we
he's
all
still
knew
the best
his
pitcher.
injury status.
He still is the best pitcher on that team.
Yeah, but again, he wasn't performing to the best picking level. Like how some of these players, like you said about Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, but he wasn't Sandy Alcantara. He was doing enough for the
I
games.
still think Texas needs to go to A. I genuinely believe that, because I think the Orioles' expectations are much different than Texas, in my opinion, because of that division. I thought the Orioles would have finished fourth. They're comfortably second, and they're 2 games off first. That's a big difference between Texas being 2 games clear of Houston with that stacked roster, not like fully stacked as some other like you would expect from the teams in F. I think Texas, with the money they spent on their 2 middle infield guys, who are both all-star starters, by the way, who should have been all-stars.
You can't put that into factor to this year.
Okay, but I'm saying the money they spent has to be a factor that they were trying to make the playoffs, and they are making the playoffs. The reason why I'm saying A is because they're ahead of Houston. I don't think one is literally the best team in baseball, and they're killing their division. There's a reason why the Braves are S. The other 3 teams, you can't tell me we're gonna comfortably make the playoffs. Comfortably. Texas, you could have still thought, yeah, they would have made the wild card spot. That's the reason why I'm putting Texas A. And I'm not saying that because there's 5 teams in S and there's 2 in A. I'm not even saying that for that reason. Like, you could put on the top of A, I'm fine with that.
They are top of A. I don't know. I'm still not like fully convinced.
Comment what you guys think down below, because I think Texas playoff chances were much higher.
I get your point
somewhat higher than the Orioles.
I get your point a little bit, but the thing, the step forward that these 2 teams took were big step forwards in my opinion, compared to what they were last year, right? So that's why I'm saying that like the step they took, because nobody expected them to be first place in their division.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. I agree with that.
I expected Mariners to be ahead of them. I expected the
so I guess our expectations were different, because I thought Texas was going to finish second.
I expected the Astros to be ahead of them.
Yeah, I expected Texas to finish second.
Yeah, I expected Mariners
maybe by miss it by 5
honestly,
games.
I expect them to be around.
But the
just
problem,
a little bit better
your
than
main
Angels.
argument is like they're more like the Orioles. I'm thinking they're more like the Rays. That's what I'm saying. Because that division is so stacked, no one thought the Orioles were going to be top 2, and they're top 2, and they're almost 1.
We'll just comment down below. I get your point. That's why I put them to A. Also, we did have a lot of S tier teams. Maybe that out of all the teams, I would have moved Texas down.
Yeah.
But I could still see them being an S tier team, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see how the season ends, but I'm thinking at this point they're fine where they are. That's why I'm saying they're A. I'm not saying they should be like.
I don't know. I'm not fully convinced, but I still see your point. But I'll move now to A. But yeah, comment your opinion down below, because I still don't fully see it. And yeah.
Okay.
But like, do you get my point though? Because like, my expectation was definitely not.
I think because our measured expectations are different. I think that's the reason
because
why.
you expect them to be better from the beginning than I did.
Yeah, I guess that's what it caused it. I just think I just disagree with the S, because the teams we have in S, they're blowing proportions much higher than Texas, in my opinion. That's all. I feel like Texas. That's where I'm like, if Miami was killing it like Texas, then sure, I would have put Miami above, right? If Miami was within like 2 games of the Braves or something, then I would get it, because it's Miami. With Texas, I still kind of see them being 2 games clear of Houston. That's why.
Alright, so
More so than the other teams.
alright, here's a final look at the tier list. Comment down below anything you would change. Comment down below if you thought we did good, well enough. Just a reminder that this is recorded during like around All-Star break, and this is just for mid-season, so where they were expected to be at the beginning, and how they actually performed so far.
Currently is July 8th, so I'm just putting that date out there. That's when we recorded this. That's what this is based off. Right before the All-Star break, like you mentioned. Comment anything you guys would change. If you, again, the biggest one being Texas, and
Yeah, that's the biggest one between us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow all our socials, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.